Hey everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and I got Jake holding the camera. Today we're kind of excited because we got something in the mail today, Adeptus Titanicus, the Grandmaster Edition. So you guys can guess what we're going to be playing on the channel, hopefully somewhat soon. So we got this is kind of the starter box for Adeptus Titanicus. And before we crack it open, we'll just take a look at the back. We've got the contents, we've got a lot of contents. We've got 2 Warlord Titans, 6 Knights, a bunch of terrain, rulebook, reference cards, and everything you need to play is in here. So it's very cool. This box though is pretty expensive. What does it retail, Jake?
I think $290 is retail.
$290 retail. You can find it a little bit cheaper online or on eBay. But it's a lot of money, but considering one night is like $110 retail, the box itself, the starter box, is a great deal if this is what you want to get into. Alright, so let's crack it open. We haven't cracked it open yet. We wanted to do it on camera. It's a heavy box. It's coming. Maybe. The anticipation's killing me. Alright. So, well, that's familiar to any Warhammer player. Looks like the standard templates. And lots of sprues. So on this side it looks like we have the terrain, which is kind of like, can you zoom in on that, Jake? Like little baby versions of the regular 40K terrain. The same size pieces, so this is really modular, so you can build these buildings however you want. Suitably gothic. This looks like a roof or floor. So you get quite a bit of that. It's 4 frames. These big frames. These big frames look identical. There are 4 of those giant frames as well, so a lot of terrain. Almost half of the box is your terrain. Then we have what looks to be, I think these are templates from what I've seen online. The firing arcs or maybe movement arcs. And then, I'm not sure if these are objectives on here, but I think they are. And just various kinds of tokens. Alright, then here's what brought us all here. So this is a sprue. It looks like it has knights on it, and maybe 1 sprue per knight, or per 3 knights. The detail, I don't know if you can see the detail there, is really good. And then you have a second frame with the same thing. Since you're supposed to get 6 of these knights, that makes a lot of sense. And these are 2 of the same frame. These look like weapons, heads for the Warlord Titans. Top carapace, shoulder pads, armor plates. And then there are 2 identical. So it looks like it's 3 frames to build 1 Warlord Titan. That's a lot of plastic in 1 Warlord Titan. I don't know if you can see some of that detail there.
It's a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of pieces, but we'll tell you more once we actually build some, what kind of posability we can get out of it, or if it's a static pose. I'm hoping we can pose these dynamically on the table. So you got 6 sprues to build your 2 Warlord Titans, so that's a lot of plastic there, plus your 2 sprues for your 6 knights. Then we've got the bases for the knights, the bases for the Warlord Titans, Got a couple of loose pieces here. This looks like the head of a knight. Must have fell off the sprue. Then we've got assembly instructions, what we need here, battlefield assets, a lovely placemat for your table, a sample chapter from Titanicus by Dan Abnett, which I think I'm reading. This is, even though this is a Horus Heresy box set, this novel is 40K, not 30K. Then you've got decal sheets. So imagine the small ones are for the knights. I don't know if you can get in there. And then we have larger ones, two identical larger ones as well. And you've got some specific decals for different houses. Legio, Astorum, Atrius, Mortis. Very cool. So you got decals, got a pack of stratagems, a smaller pack of small cards apparently. So this looks like arms and stuff. You've got, these are probably the construction manuals for the knights, the buildings, and this is probably for the Warlord Titan itself. You've got a plastic see-through ruler, that's kind of cool. Dice, lots of dice. And these might be order counters. You got a couple of D10s in there for something. And these are the control panels for the Knights and the Warlord Titan. And there might be control panels for other, other Titans as well in there. The Weaver or the Warhound. Then you have a rule summary. 2 copies of that. And last but not least, the hardcover rulebook. It's very pretty. And we'll take a closer look at the rulebook. We'll probably do a separate video where we go over the rules and kind of give you our thoughts on those. But lovely rulebook. I don't know, retail, Jake, what's this run just by itself?
Just the rulebook?
Yeah,
oh gosh, I don't know. I haven't even looked, but it's probably like 20, 25.
At least. I don't know, this is Games Workshop, there's probably 40.
Yeah, but you can buy the rule set for 51 and you get the rulebook and a lot of other stuff.
Oh, a lot of,
so,
yeah, you get all the controls. Yeah.
I can't imagine it would be too crazy.
But that is our unboxing of Adeptus Titanicus. We'll be right back with more.